Alright, Shalom Akim. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and the glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Arik HaKodash, and of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone, and also salutations to all you sincere Akim preaching this word in all truth and in sincerity. So yeah, I'm going to just do a read-through of 2 Maccabees chapter 7. Now there's a specific verse that I actually want to go into, but I'm going to read through the chapter. I might read the whole chapter, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, so let's just read this. And it goes on to say, "It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. Now the king was Antiochus, Antiochus Epiphanes, that descended from the Seleucid dynasty, that was part of Alexander's generals. So these were the Greeks. And when you read in Esdras, I believe it's Slakia, not Esdras, First Maccabees chapter 1, it goes into that, the Greeks, starting with Alexander, and how that when he died, that his 4 generals, pretty much took over. They were left and fighting against each other over who was going to be ruling that known world. And there was 4. There was Cassander, there was Ptolemy, there was Seleucid, and there was the 4th one, I keep forgetting, Cassander, Ptolemy, Seleucid, and I keep forgetting that one. Yeah, it was Cassander, Ptolemy, Seleucus, and Lasamicus, or Lasameus, however you say it. Those were his generals. That his kingdom, the Greek Empire was split apart by them after Cassander, after Slakia, Alexander the Great died. And they were at wars, fighting each other. And it also says that wickedness increased during the time of the Greek Empire, where the Greeks had, rulership on the planet. And we know that the Greeks, are Edomites. Those Greek rulers. All right, now not everybody that was a Greek or lived in those Greek city-states were Edomites, but those that were in power at the time, Alexander and those generals, those were Edomites. So it was Antiochus or Antiochus, which descended from the Seleucid dynasty. That he was commanding Jake to eat swine's flesh, which is off. That's why they were being tormented with scourges and whips, because they were like, fuck that. We can't do that. That's not lawful for us to do. It says verse 2, "But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers." You see, So one of them that spake first was like, no, we can't do that. We're willing to die. It says, then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot. So Antiochus was like infuriated by it. Because see, what these Edomites want is total control. Okay, they want us and every other nation to obey them. Okay, Esau wants to be the Most High. He wants to be God. And what does a God do? What does a God require? Fear and obedience, man. Worship. And he was just like, well, he was going through and telling people, well, just eat this swine's flesh, and we won't kill you. Now, to people nowadays, they'll be like, oh man, that's nothing, because these people eat that shit as a delicacy. But see, we understand the law, just like they understood the law. And the Lord doesn't want us to eat swine's flesh, not just because of the law, but there's reasons why. There's reasons why the Lord created pigs. And the pigs, they don't sweat, and they eat, they're scavengers. They'll eat dead things. They'll eat other pigs. Okay? Now, the reason why, the Lord didn't want us to eat that, of course, is the law, and then it's unclean. You could get parasites from eating swine. Diabetes. Okay? It says, which forthwith, being heated, commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. That's heavy, man. And Esau, this wicked devil, okay, here it is, we're reading these accounts that took place. And as the scripture says, that everything written aforetime was written for our learning. So this fucking devil, all right, Esau, the so-called white man, him as a nation, they're going to come down upon our people having great wrath because they know that they have but a short time. Like it tells you in 2nd Esdras, they're going to come through like madmen, sparing none. Okay. And us understanding these scriptures, us reading these accounts, should not only put the fear of the Lord upon you so that you can, repent and do what's right, but also so that you can see the courage that these Israelites had, so that it could stir up the courage within you, and also allow you to understand that these things are going to get grunt, man. Okay, this man is going to come against us the same way. Okay, a lot of these higher up Edomites that you read about in the scriptures, okay, are these same official Edomites that are alive today. Okay. Antiochus and, all these other Edomites. What's the other dude's name? The one during the time of Esther. Haman. All these Edomites could be back today, man. As different troops, generals, okay, that are going to come against us, man. That are going to come against us and torture some of us and attempt to torture certain brothers and just bring hell upon us, okay? So, yeah, I said we're going to read through this, but, hey, you got to consider these things, man, and apply them to yourself. So this is verse 4. Which forthwith, being heated, he commanded to cut the tongue out of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire, and to be fried in the pan. So he done had them stab him up and cut out his tongue, and who knows, man? Could have stabbed him in his fucking in his eyeballs, and cut off his nipples, and these are torture things, man. Stabbed him through his private, we don't know. It doesn't really say, but it says his members. So, man, bro, cut off an ear, cut off a nose, and then after did all that, well, he was maimed, meaning, hurt to the point that you can't really move. Threw him to be fried in a pan, man. That's some scary shit, bro. That's some fucking real painful torture, man. It says, and as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai looketh upon us, and in truth hath comforted in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was yet dead, after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? But he answered in his own language and said, no, which his own language is Hebrew. And the way you say no in Hebrew is la'ah. Okay, so he said la'ah, meaning no. It says, wherefore he also received the next torment in order, as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life. But the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. Which is beautiful, man. You hearing these things, this is an exhortation. This is to put courage upon you, so that if you do have to go through an account of similarity, that you remember scriptures like these, and that you put on a manly spirit and say, fuck it, you know what I mean? Do what you got to do. Because just like the lad said, okay, Esau can kill you, or you're going to kill me, but the Lord is going to be pleased with this sacrifice, and he's going to reincarnate me to everlasting life, immortality. Now, this person here would have to be part of the elect. Okay, the 1/3. Okay, him and his family. Because they died for righteousness' sake. They didn't tap out. Okay. It says, after him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them, and from him I hope to receive them again. So he was like, fuck it. Okay, you want to cut off my tongue? You want to cut off my hands? It says, for the law's sake, fuck these hands. Okay, for the law's sake, fuck this tongue. Okay, but because of this sacrifice I'm allowing to take place, I'm hoping that the Lord will give me them again, which he did. Because see, we live multiple lives. That's why we get deja vu. Okay, there's no such thing as YOLO and you only live once. Nah, man, that's bugged out. That's not true. Now, verse 12. Insomuch of the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains. See, the Lord, man, he could put a spirit on you like that too. That's why we have to have faith. You know, Esau fucking just legalized the guillotine and other torture devices and lethal devices, which we believe he's going to use during the hour of temptation, which is when they're going to mandate the charagma, the microchip, during Jacob's trouble, okay, and utilize those devices against us. But you see, the Lord can put a spirit on you to where you don't regard the pain, just like that brother. Okay, he didn't regard the pain, man. Okay, I mean, he didn't even feel it. Okay, it wasn't shit to him. And it was such a heavy spirit on him that those Edomites bugged out. They were like, what the fuck? The Lord can do that, man. Okay. After all, pain is just a signal that is sent to your brain and it releases that emotion so that you can know that you're being harmed. The Lord could make it turn off them signals, man, to where you don't feel it. In the world, when I was a young man, I remember seeing this Edomite that had like a mental illness, and he didn't have no feeling in his hand, and he knew some like elderly middle class Edomite, and he put his hand in a vice, and he fucking tightened that shit on his hand, and the older Edomite would laugh like he doesn't feel pain in his hand. He would laugh about it. He'd give him a lighter, he'd burn his own hands, wouldn't feel it. And like I said, it's just a signal. Pain is just like a signal to your brain, or from your brain to your flesh, so you could understand that what you're going through isn't good. And the Lord could shut that off. Verse 13, now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mingled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from Yahweh, to be raised up again by him. You see, we're Israelites. You so-called black, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners. Okay, the Lord created us to be immortal. Okay, and when our kingdom is established on the earth, and Yahweh Shai is on the earth ruling, we're going to be immortal. Meaning we're never going to die. We're never going to go through any ailments or sicknesses. We're never going to be maimed. We're never going to lose a leg or a toenail or anything, bro. We're going to be immortal. That's why he said, from Yahweh to be raised up again by him. You see. And then he goes on to say, as for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Because when it's our turn to rule, we're never going to fall out of power. We're never going to die. Okay. And you Edomites, you're going to be in fucking hell. Pure hell. And after those 1,000 years of hardcore slavery that we put you through, we are going to exterminate you as a nation. You're never going to live again after this. Because see, right now, we're not really living. We just exist. And we exist to do the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay. Just like the elder Kazakh did a lesson. He said, really the only reason why we're here on this earth is to do the work. And if you ain't doing the work, you should just be dead. Okay? Which is going to happen to 2/3 of our people. They're going to get put to death on this side. Okay? Because they choose not to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Alright? But, like I said, we're not really living here. We can't even enjoy, going out in the, like, say you go out in the woods and you want to build a house in the woods from the wood in the forest. No, you can't even do that. You can't legally do that under Esau, the so-called white man. He'll come in there and he'll fucking burn the house down and fine you or take you to jail. Okay? Why? Because the land isn't yours, according to him. You didn't purchase it. You know. You can't even go certain places and enjoy certain things, man. You have to, you can't even grow your own food. Okay. From this devil. You gotta work for this devil. And when you work, okay, he wants you to work some fucking, man, 5 days of the week, you're barely scraping by. We're not living, man. Now these elite, they're living. They're enjoying life. They could go anywhere. They don't gotta carry money. They eat at the top restaurants, beyond 5-star. They got private islands where they're doing God knows what. They're living. We're not. Now in our kingdom, we're going to be living. We're going to be doing whatever we want as long as it's righteous. We're going to have multiple wives, multiple castles, kingdoms. Okay? We're going to go to different planets. We're going to have slaves. Okay? But these Edomites, this is the point of my lesson, so I'm going to close it with this. But you Edomites, okay, you so-called white people have no resurrection of life. After this, you're done. You're through. All right? Then we're going to put our fucking boots to your teeth, man. Put your asses to work. Hardcore slavery. And after that, we're going to eradicate you as a nation. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. B'Shem Arakakudash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. And Shalom to all the hopeful elect out there, preaching this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.